Albert Einstein, the rebel who bent reality. Early signs, the slow child who wouldn't conform. Welcome back. I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Great Series, where we discuss the greatest minds to ever live and what it means to be intellectually gifted. When Albert Einstein was a boy in late 19th century Germany, nothing about him suggested he would become the world's most famous scientist. Quite the opposite. Teachers considered him odd, slow, or even deficient. He didn't speak until he was nearly 4 years old, a trait that worried his parents and frustrated his teachers. Later, Einstein himself would joke about this, saying perhaps that was why he spent so much of his life searching for words and equations to explain the universe. But at the time, the delay branded him as abnormal. School did little to improve the perception. German classrooms of the late 1800s were rigid and authoritarian. Teachers demanded memorization and obedience. Einstein resisted both. He questioned everything, refused to learn by rote, and often clashed with instructors who found his curiosity insolent. His report cards were unimpressive. More than one teacher wrote him off as lazy or incapable of focus. One teacher even told him he would never amount to anything. Yet while others saw a problem child, Einstein's inner world was quietly awakening. At age 5, when his father showed him a simple compass, young Albert was transfixed. How could the needle move with no visible cause? What invisible forces ruled the world? That question lodged in his mind, more powerful than any lesson in the classroom. Years later, he would recall this moment as the beginning of his fascination with the hidden structures of reality. By adolescence, he had discovered mathematics and geometry, which he devoured independently. He called one geometry book a holy little book and worked through it with joy. But again, his passion for what fascinated him clashed with the system's demand for uniform performance. Einstein excelled in areas he cared about, but failed or neglected others. This unevenness reinforced the view that he was odd, incapable, or deficient. In today's terms, one might recognize traits of neurodivergence, a mind that hyper-focused on what mattered, that rejected meaningless repetition, that bristled at authority. But in the Germany of his youth, it simply meant he was branded a poor student. The early step of the pattern was set. The misunderstood genius, dismissed before his gifts were recognized, misunderstood.